Hello and welcome to SSR Tier 2 at Abu Dhabi this week. I am SSR Radar here with King Truthfully, who's also in the comms box with me tonight. We are doing Abu Dhabi this week because of SSR Bubbly. We are going to save Circuit of the Americas for the last race of the season. So we are going out around Abu Dhabi this weekend. As we see, looks like we have both of the Red Bulls out early in the session along with Lugi.
Everybody going out for the outlaps now around this beautiful, tricky little technical circuit. Well, not little, it's quite a large circuit, but very, very difficult but fun when you hook it up. Radar, what's your opinion on this racetrack?
This is actually probably one of my favorite tracks around the circuit. I like the final sector a lot. Tight, twisty, and the main straights are always good for overtaking. So we're going to see a lot of action hopefully tonight.
Indeed.
It looks like C-Rob is going to be the first one to come around on a lap. C-Rob or is that
Rob.
Vascombe out there in front? Maybe, or Joe Saunders? Joe Saunders, his first one out there, so. I think we're going to see some pretty quick lap times here, as a lot of drivers around here are pretty quick. So.
In a short qualifying session, of course, so whatever time you set with that tire compound, you know that you're going to carry that into the race. And just Sanders, the first one to start his time on the mediums. Tire wear is pretty bad around here. Going to be interesting to see if he has the pace to make those mediums work. Doesn't get the best of runs.
If he starts on the medium tires, he should be able to make it a one stop. I think starting on the softs, it's almost a for sure two stop in this race.
He looks pretty sporadic on the throttle there through the hairpin. Normally, as the driver, you just want to be real smooth with it instead of being super jabby, but whatever works for him. He's probably faster than me anyways.
See, very jabby with the throttle, yep. As he comes to the chicane, go on the back straight.
As Division in chat says, for his race predictions, Stanner P1, $10 P2, and P3 Sander. Alright, we're going to remember that, Division.
We are going to remember that. As I believe Jamie has a quali ban for this race as well, as he just retired. And we see just Sanders run a little wide there, and the fast right-hander, hard to get that one up, and he invalidates. Just right along with C-Rob, he's going to be the next one across, be the first one across. He invalidates too. We're going to go to GB now. See what first lap time of the session is going to look like. It's going to be a 1:34.7. That puts him on provisional pole. We should see that lap time tumble. As Bone Apple goes with a 1:35.2 on the medium tires. Next up we have the two McLarens of Knox as he runs a little wide. And Arthur does a 1:36.2 and beats Knox by 7/10, and Platnor comes in with a 1:37.4 with the fastest third sector. See one of the Mercedes come around. Looks like Lugi as he comes into the pit lane. Has total 420, does a 1:38.5 on the softs. It's not a great lap time there.
See B-Mars coming through the final few corners as he invalidates. I was just about to say reserving for Ferrari this weekend. He's also on the mediums and he's going to go for a second flying lap here. This track very tough on the corner cutting and the track extending. I assume that we're going to see a bunch of penalties as the corner cuts again. So 2 laps wasted there from B-Mars.
Then it goes to P1 with a 1:33.9 as we were following him along in the third sector there. This looks like AJ is on an outlap. He's coming around the final corner now, along with an AlphaTauri, I believe, a Formula Maxim. As AJ dives into the pits, and Maxim starts his flying lap.
Seeing a lot of invalidations right now.
This track is very easy to cut, especially in that chicanes in the third sector especially are very easy to do. This looks like $10 whole is now coming around the final corner as he comes into the pits as he has invalidated on the C-Rob. So it looks like it is going to be Formula Maxim's the only one out on the lap now. As do you think we're going to see a lower time than a 1:33.9 in this session, or time's going to come a little bit more than that?
Definitely. I expect once 10 sets of time, I think a real solid chance to get into the 7s.
Into the 7s?
Yep.
Any lower than that?
I don't know. I mean, where's Maestro out? Maestro still hasn't set a lap. He's usually really fast in qualifying. Track's going to continuously get better. The driver's confidence is going to go up. Anything can happen with these guys.
I'm thinking we have a chance to see a 33.4 maybe, 33.3.
33.4. That's fast.
If a driver can hook one up, I think it's possible, but we're gonna find out pretty soon as Maxim rounds the final few corners here, set his first lap time of the session. It's gonna put him P4 with the 35.4. So it looks like we have Bascombe, who is gonna be, or just Sanders, who's now crossing the line to start his flying lap. And also Ultra Titan up back there, starting a lap as well, as we see just Sanders gets a little wide in the fast right-hander there in the Sector 1. So do you have any, I know it's early, but do you have any predictions on quality positions here? Okay.
I think Maestro's going to get another pole position, followed by Stenner in GB. I assume $10 will be around P5 and P6, but in the race he'll once again show his dominance. Of course, $10 our champion, our Tier 2 champion, first champion for SSR. He clinched it last week with his race. Got a P2 last week at Japan. And then Stenner, of course, didn't score any points, so that allowed 10 to secure the championship. Very happy for him.
Absolutely dominating season by 10. He's up by almost 100 and some points, I think.
Yeah, over 100 points easily.
Over 100 points, so absolutely dominated the season. As we ride along with Jess Saunders now through the very end of the third sector. Let's see what he's done. A clean lap so far, no invalidations. He's on the medium tires. He goes to P5 with a 135.6.
Very solid
Now
lap.
we have very solid lap on the medium tires as Ultra Titan now rounds the corner. It has a 134.1 on the soft tires. And Bascombe, I think, is going to be next as we are into our second run here. And Bascombe goes a 134.5. That's going to put him in P4.
Golden Apple T starting his second run. He's decided to go on to these soft tires right now, so he's in P6.
Looks like $10 just started his flying lap as well and just had a Ferrari cross of Mars, I do believe.
Yep,
Starting
also on the
his
softs.
flying lap.
A lot of these drivers still yet to set a time.
Probably most of them due to invalidations of some sort, I know.
Yeah.
Mars had two of them there on his first two runs as he rounds the hairpin now. Yeah, a lot of drivers now getting out on track and starting their flying laps for the second time around.
Rob now coming through the final few turns, going very slowly as he's going to abort and go into the pits.
There's also Renault of coming into the pits as well. About to flip to him. But I think Bone Apple's next across the line out of everybody here in Sector 3.
Yep, he will be. Bonewell goes 6/10 quicker so far through the lap. Coming across the line right now, let's see what he can do. He's going to jump into P2 with a 134 flat, going over a second quicker. Very, very good time from Bone there.
Got the soft tires hooked up well on that lap, is what it appears, as $10 whole goes to P7 with a 134.7. He was on the soft tires. As you said, you said 10 would be right in that P5 to P7 range, and he's going to make it up in the race. So we're going to see if your predictions there. As AJ goes to P11, gets a lap in. He does a 135.
It's good to see AJ get a lap in. The Mercedes boys, very, very tough qualifying these last few races. Now we see Louis coming through the final corner. Coming across the start-finish line. Let's see what he can do. He's going to jump into 9 with a 135.2.
As Stenner does remain on provisional pole position here, as C-Rob and Dub Z have yet to put in a time. We have a Haas coming around the final corner now of, who would that be? That would be Stenner now. He's starting his flying lap. See what he can do here. There's a little bit of traffic up ahead, as has a Renault and an AlphaTauri to deal with as he goes 0.08 of a second faster in Sector 1. Thank you, Safe Space, for the, or I think that'd probably be Zampa in there. Thanks for the words of encouragement. And you see Stenner going through the.
Oh, whoa! What's going on here at the pit lane? Knox and $10 as Knox has been disqualified. Oh, there's a huge stack up in the entry of the pit lane here. Beamar's now having to stop. Oh God.
Knox disqualified, $10 whole disqualified.
Oh, that's terrible. They did nothing wrong. I think Knox missed the entry to the pit lane and hit the wall and just went into a half spin and blocked the whole pit lane, and then he just never got moving again, so 10 had to stop. And Beamar's right behind him. He also had to stop. Unfortunately.
Beamar's does remain in the session, though, so.
Yeah, that's going to be terrible for 10.
We're going to see probably a first challenge here for 10. See how high up he can go as we see someone jumped up to leaderboard. I think that might have been
Maximum.
Maximum. He does another lap. Yep. 134.7 there. C-Rob is out on a lap here as well. He's going through the. He goes straight on there. Not on. Well, he's on going through the hairpin now. Goes on to the first of the back straights. Stenner does remain on provisional pole. So it looks like he did invalidate or did not do better on his lap time and pulled into the pits.
Oh,
it is a good thing.
Zampa saying radar and Chalupa is a good comms combo. Oh, we already have fans.
It is a good thing that 10 has wrapped up the championship last week, because I'm sure he would have been fuming if this was a close one.
Yeah. Just unfortunate how this game works, where if you stay still for 3 or 4 seconds, then boom, they're done with you.
Especially in the pit lane. Pit lane is always a bad spot to have it happen.
Rob still yet to set a time, going through the final few corners in this third sector.
Kept it clean so far as he rounds the final turn.
Krob usually very quick. There we go.
Jumps up to P5.
P5. Very good lap from him. Under 3 minutes left in the session. All these guys need to start coming out for their final flying runs.
We see Dub Z is on a flyer as well. He's on the medium tires.
Yep, he's still yet to set a time.
Chicane, yep.
Playing a dangerous game here. See most of the field as
As
he
he
spins.
spin.
Oh, he almost
Good
spun.
save by Dub
Yeah,
Z.
really good save. Yeah, he's gonna have to abort that lap.
Yep.
Most of the field out on the softs right now, but interestingly, Maestro up in P4 on the mediums. If I was him, I would just take my L in qualifying and just stay put. Mediums are gonna be really, really good in the race.
Mediums are gonna give him a very big strategic benefit in the race. I'd be staying in and just saying that's my time. It looks like he is going out. Gonna see what tire he is on though. He is on the softs.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm not sure if I agree with that strategy call, but to each their own. We see Latnor down the back straight here on a lap as well.
See AJ going underneath the hotel section here. It's gonna be beautiful once the lights go down in the race. Right now sitting in P12. That's not gonna
see if he can improve.
He's gonna go into the pits.
Well, and you know, Platnor is next to come around.
He's also gonna go in.
Do the same.
Dang, what happened to Arthur? I saw Arthur like up in P6 earlier in the session, then boom, he's just dropped down to P15.
People are setting some really quick lap times as total 420 does not improve on his lap and will stay in P16. So it looks like we have Bone Apple T or Zeus coming around the final. Bone Apple T coming around the final corner to start his flying lap. He is about tenth and a half off of Stenner at the moment. As he comes to the first corner here. Hamilton saying that that Arthur got blocked on his third run there. His Bone Apple goes quickest in the first sector. So we see Ultra Titan Maestro beginning the laps as well behind. So we see Arthur go to P7 with a 134.5 as that is a good lap time from him. Bascombe remains with a 134.5 as he crosses line and does not improve any. Fastest sector 2 over 3/10 up on this lap by Bone Apple.
He invalidated.
He did invalidate.
Oh man, P2 have been really, really good qualifying from him. His pace lately has been very, very nice.
Yes, now it's Ultra Titan is the guy on track to watch us. He also had a purple sector too. Come through the final sector now. If he can keep it clean through here, he might be on provisional pole position.
Going through the final few corners. Runs out nice and wide, maximizing the track. Coming through the final corner across the line. Ultra Titan, he's going to jump into P1 going 8 cents quicker with the 133.2. Now let's see if Stenner can get that pole position right back.
As he is coming through the last few corners as well.
Does not get a good run around the final corner, but he is going to remain in P2.
He improves by but not enough as we see Maestro comes across.
He did not go for a lap. He just went on to the softs just to see how much further he would fall down, but he's going to start the race on the mediums right in P4. Very, very good qualifying from him. That's the qualifying complete. With a bunch of drivers not setting the time.
Maestro looked very quick there, judging by he was only down on his time by 7/10, and he backed off big time there. He has a lot of pace in the bag on those soft tires.
He does. Interesting to see 4 drivers not set a time. Well, Jamie has a qualifying ban, but 3. Actually, no, because 10 and Knox got disqualified. So just Dubsy, only one not able to set a time in this session. Could be starting all the way back in P18. Not good to see, not good at all.
Yes, we had 10 and Knox unfortunately get disqualified with a pit lane issue. So it is going to be Be interesting to watch them from the back for sure, as 10 for sure is going to be quick.
Yeah, charging
Have a
through
lot
the
of
field.
action.
A lot of action. You know, Tier 2 can sometimes get a little bit crazy, so make sure to grab your popcorn, grab your drinks while we wait for this race to get underway. While we're waiting on everybody to get loaded in and get their strategies and all set up, make sure to keep the chat active. We'll be responding, reading messages, and all that good stuff. As Ultra Titan, a little bit upset in the Twitch chat right now, saying what was that crop about him having. Wow, English, good job, Chalupa. Ultra Titan saying what was that crop about me having no pace and going on P1 there, proving him wrong.
It's always interesting because we have a lot of smack talk in the chat about pace, and then always about trying to prove the other person that you're quicker than them. And Ultratine definitely got it done here today as we wait for the drivers to select their strategy. As any race predictions? Anybody for King Chalupa? Do you have any race predictions? Zampa saying a Stenner win. Ultra to win. Bradley saying Ultra's going to win. As we are going to have an interesting race here with 10 whole dollars starting from the back of the grid due to an unfortunate qualifying incident. We are going to see how far he can move up. So we're going to have a lot of action there as the session is going to be underway here as we're going to take the formation lap to begin with. Hamilton, P1 Ultra, P2 Center, P3 Bone. So we have Bradley Johnson saying, let's go Dub Z in the chat. As we take the formation lap now, we have a 28 lap race here today. And Ultra Titan will lead them out on the formation lap, followed by Stenner and Bone Apple. As we are now looking at the tier standings currently, as we're going to go back to racing here. Jamie the G is already disqualified from the formation lap here. As will we see a 10 whole dollars climb up the field along with Knox. He is starting on the medium tires. He can definitely have a strategy advantage in this race if he can play it right. Two-stop race is what they're saying, medium to soft. Thank you, Bellarino, for the follow. As we now take a look at Tier 1 standings. So do not forget this, we have Tier 2 right now, Tier 1 on just after this race, and then Tier 3 tomorrow at 10 p.m. UK time. We are going to have a thriller in Tier 3 as Whiffy is looking to clinch this weekend. As we are now coming through the final sector now to take the lights. As Ultra Titan's doing a very good job at keeping them all backed up here, making sure no one's getting a huge gap. As there's one to the Maestro, as he's might be trying to play some games here with tires. As It is going to be interesting to see how $10 gets on the stars. He could get involved in some lap 1 chaos here. But if he can keep it clean, he should have a good chance at making up some spots early. As the grid starts to reform now. As the grid has now reformed, we are waiting the marshals to start the lights. As here we go as lights are going out. 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go as Stenner looks to get an okay start. He's going to climb up. He's going to beat on the inside of Ultra Titan to begin with. Cuts the corner a little bit, keeps it clean. With Ultra Titan remains in P1. No incidents so far yet. As there's a yellow flag as Maestro has retired from the session. Not sure what that is about, but he is gone. He looks like he lost into the inside wall. As there's a safety car in lap 1. So we have a lap 1 safety car as Maestro involved in a lap 1 accident. As Noxious gets a 5-second penalty for collision with AJ, and AJ will get the same penalty there. So we had about a corner and a half, 2 corners there of green flag running. As yes, there were some elbows being thrown out there, I'm sure, in the midfield there. As we see Ultra Titan. So we shouldn't see any pit stops this early. I'd be surprised unless you have wing damage of drivers pitting. But it does seem like Ultra Titan retains the lead as of now, followed by Center Bone Apple and Karab. As we have Monkey saying an Alpha pushed off of McLaren. And then on the other side is we're awaiting Ultra Titans to catch up to the safety car here as they are under Delta probably. As we are going to see some fakes out as Stenner does go into the pit lane here. We're going to see what strategy he's going to try. Do we see anybody else come into the pits? We don't. Stenner does commit to the pit lane as Bascombe comes in as well, along with GB. And Zeus comes in as well. And Knox. Stenner goes onto the medium tires. Interesting as Ultra Titan does take the lead from the safety, or does take the safety car. Now he's followed by Bone Apple and Karab in 1, 2, and 3. As we have drivers getting wings, serving penalties as Jamie the G has joined back in. Not sure what happened there. So we will have a few laps of safety car running, maybe only 1 or 2, hopefully. Everybody's so far kept it clean. AJ Mars with a penalty on the safety car with him and Knox coming together. As Knox is at the back of the 19th place after serving that penalty. And $10 whole has made his way up into 9th place after all that on lap 1. He's in P9 on the medium tires. He had a great start there. Let's look at the tires everybody has pitted on, as most of the field is on medium tires now, as few of them have changed off of the softs. As I do believe we are gonna, as AJ Mars gets another 5 seconds for a collision with Jamie the G. And AJ Mars does go ahead of him and lets him back through. Interesting what's happening up there. Karab also has a penalty now. as we are going to have probably one more lap of this safety car here as everybody's bunched up, so it's going to be tricky not to get penalties here as we see more cars diving into the pits, maybe. Oh, just a lot of fake outs from the drivers trying to get people to come in. It does not appear anybody's coming into the... That's not true. Karab comes in, and so does Total. So does AJ. AJ just retires from the session there. He's already had enough as Karab comes in. As Karab comes out of the pits, he's now in 18th, followed by Knox and GB there. As big shout out to the viewers, we're up to 27 viewers at the moment. Thank you to everybody who has tuned in and is tuning in tonight, as we all appreciate you here at SSR. As B Mars gets a 5-second for a collision with 10, as 10 is going to have a penalty now of 5 seconds. This looks like he was hit by B Mars in the back. As looks like we are heading down the back straight now. Should get word if the safety car is coming in this lap or the next, but I would assume it's going to be this lap as everybody is bunched up here. About to find out here. Safety car is in this lap. As the lights go out, we get confirmation from race control. Safety car is in this lap. So Ultra Titan becomes the effective safety car here, as it's his job to back up the pack. Let the safety car get out of the way, and he gets to go when he feels he wants to go. So we're going to find out when he's going to start here, as $10 is up into P8. At the end of the safety car, he's had a great first lap there and finds himself positions. As Arthur also up in the P4, he has a chance at the podium along with Formula Maxim, who's in P3. Division talking some smack in the chat. Tell Monkey to step up his F2 pace. Quite the bad teammate. As we are gonna go green flag racing here, as Ultra Titan comes to the final corner here, as he goes, followed by Bone. As Total 420 gets a time penalty here, as Ultra Titan gets a great start here, as no one else behind is gonna challenge him. As we have Loogie and Platnor going side by side. Loogie makes a move around the outside as we have another yellow flag. It looks like it is the Haas of Jamie the G. Comes into the pit lane. Dubsy back there as well, as we have another yellow flag for... Doesn't seem like anybody got into an accident there, as we see drivers now really close together in that pack. $10 is a part of that. C-Rob and Zeus are battling it out side by side through the hairpin as they go down the back straights. Now a drag race all the way down. Looks like Sarab's gonna try and make it stick into the chicane. Outbreaks Zeus a little bit. Zeus locks up, a little bit shovey there, but he gets the move done nonetheless. As we have Arthur and Formula now going side by side down the second of the back straights. As Formula gets a little shovey there. And he spins, Formula Maximum spins, and Arthur takes P3, just signs up to P4. Unfortunate there for Maximus. It looks like he got caught up on the grass and spun. AJ was involved in a lap, in an unsafety car incident, so he has retired, called it quits for the day. So we see Formula Maximum already make a move on Total 420. Never mind, yes, he goes right back down there. We're going to ride along 10 here as he makes his moves, makes it around the track, as GB gets a 3-second as well. Ultra Titan up to a 1.3 second gap. As Bascom and Beamar is going side by side, as looks like Bascom made the move work on Beamar's. A little wide there, but center down in P8. Fresh medium tires. Yep, and as AJ says in the chat, this is his last race for a while, as he has gotten recently employed. He will be unable to join us in Tier 2 at least, that is. As we see Stenner and I believe that was just Saunders and Loogie maybe. Yeah, just Saunders and Loogie come down the back straight. Might have another go here. So are we going to see Saunders get close enough to make a move? We are not. He's going to hold it. As $10 makes a move past Platnor as he's up into P6. He's up 13 positions to start the race. As he spins it, $10 spins it around. Commentator's curse there. Ah, yes. Sorry about that. Save space. Zampa. So we see Loogie and Just Saunders getting off the track as DRS is enabled on this lap. Are we going to see a move by Just Saunders on this lap down the back straight? We also have Karab and B-Mars. Can Karab make a move as we see Stenner get past Platnor in the first turn? Stenner up into P6. Max gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as he comes in, as he has left the session. I think that might have been a rage quit. We will try and get him back in. As we have a yellow flag for Knox. Knox got spun around, I think. So are we going to see any moves down the back straight here as we see Karab and Basco making moves here. Karab with DRS and B-Mar trying to make a move on Platnor as he does go down the inside. He's going to have the outside here. Can he get it done? He gets it done. Will he have the DRS as well? He will not. So it looks like Platnor and Karab back there are going to be able to make a move. Are they going to split them 3 wide? Nope, as Platnor gets by. They are 3 wide. As Platnor slides up and B-Mars slides back down to P8 as Karab is right behind. Maybe a little bit of a push there out of the way as Karab goes up to P8 and Bascombe takes P9. And GB takes P10 as B-Mars is falling down the position down to P12 out of that battle. Saunders up in P4 as Arthur. Arthur moves down a few spots as well. As we see Zeus and Arthur as B-Mars now overtakes Arthur as well as Arthur's coming into the pits on this lap. Mediums, 2-stop strategy is open now. Going to the medium tires. We see Stenner is closing up to just Saunders in P4. Looks like he's going to remain in DRS range as he closes up to 0.4 of a second here. Are we going to see a move here as Saunders is also going to have DRS off of Loogie up ahead. As here comes the move maybe as he's closing down to 0.2 down the straight. Going to go for it. Down the inside goes Stenner. And he's going to get squeezed a little bit. There was contact as Stenner makes it work as just Saunders does have a good save there. B-Mars makes a move on Zeus as well. As we're going to see Zeus try and get right back by B-Mars down the straight as B-Mars does have the DRS. Can we see Zeus make a move down the inside? As no, he's going to lock up into the second chicane there. B-Mars keeps P10. Bascombe and Platnor are close as well. Stenner's closed the gap to 0.3 of a second to Loogie. Absolutely flying. Are we going to see a move here early by Stenner? Are we going to wait for the straight to overtake? And Stenner goes for the fastest lap there as Loogie's up to P2 as Bone Apple goes into the pits for an early pit stop, probably onto the mediums. As $10 just came in. He's back down to P18. As Loogie is up into P2. He is on track for a podium at the moment if he can keep it. as Stenner's going to chase him around the final into the hairpin now. Jamie is on the hard tires. I think he has a chance to do it, as we're going to see Stenner make a move on Lukey for P2. As he makes it work easily, and Stenner is now going to try and get away, try and keep it down the second back straight, as Lukey's going to have DRS off of him. Already down the gap's already 6/10 as we have another yellow flag. Does not look like anything too bad, as no one stopped on track, as Lukey does close the gap, but unable to make a move. So we see Stenner up into P2. Ultra Titan, who has not made a pit stop, is 7 seconds up the road now on Stenner and Lukey, as we see Karab and P5 within DRS range of just Saunders once more. As GB and B-Mars GB makes a move on B-Mars into the third sector. Midfield battle is very close at the moment, as B-Mars on 7-lap-old soft, so we should be seeing him coming into the pits very, very soon. As we see the race leader, Ultra Titan, comes into the pits for a set of what looks to be soft tires. He's going to go on to another set of softs. As Bone Apple gets a 3-second time penalty there, as Stenner is now the effective race leader as of right now on 6-lap-old mediums, followed by Lukey and Just Sonder in P3. We see a little bit of contact there from Karab into back of Just Saunders. Looks like it's going to be a fairly easy move though down the back straight, as he's going to have DRS. Should see maybe a move down the inside. It does not look like he's going to be close enough on this occasion. Going to wait for the second of the back straight, as $10 whole makes the fastest lap of the race so far at the 138.6. As we have Karab going around the outside. This is going to be a bold move here if he can make it work. He's going to get the inside for the second part of it. So we're going to see him go side by side through here. He's going to make the move work on Just Saunders as Karab goes up into P3. Just Saunders looking like he might want to make a move quickly back on him. He will not be able to close his gap, but not close enough to move down the inside in Sector 3. So we see Ultra Titan on soft tires here, closing up the gap big time to Zeus. It looks like the battle is Bascombe now, as Bascombe's caught up to Just Saunders as well. Gap's down to 5/10 there. We're going to see if he can make a move on him, as Karab grows the gap to 1.1 seconds already. As Bone Apple does the fastest lap now at the 138.3. As Bascombe is keeping the gap around 4/10, so they're going to go down towards the hairpin now. He can get a little bit closer, might be able to make a move. As Ultra Titan does get a 3-second time penalty, as Total 420 gets another 3-second as well. As looks like Just Saunders is going to make a move to the inside. Bascombe goes around the outside, he outbrakes him. Team orders there for sure happen there, as Bascombe goes easily around the outside and is able to take the corner. Hopefully he can chase down Karab there. As Ultra Titan is down to 1 second is the gap now. So we have a yellow flag for, looks like, Total 420. Going slowly. As Bone Apple and Zeus, as Bone Apple slides up the inside of Zeus. Makes a pretty convincing move there, as Bone Apple looks to be the fastest one on track at the moment. As the gap is closed down to 5/10 for Ultra Titan here. So Ultra Titan looks to have the pace to make the strategy work, as he did not pit under safety car. He's going to have to get by GB and chase down the rest of Bascombe. Gets a 3-second time penalty as Lukey comes into the pits for his first pit stop after 9 laps on those medium tires. We're probably going to see him go into another set of mediums as we see the Mercedes pit crew bring out the medium tires. That promotes Ultra Titan up into P7 as he is right behind GB. Are we going to see a move here? into the fast section of the track. Maybe around the outside for Ultra Titan. He's going to try and make a move. We're going to see a move. He makes it work. And he now is 2.3 up to Platnor. His teammate up ahead as Bone Apple is closed up big time too. It looks like he's going to get a good run and should be able to make a move on GB pretty quickly as well. As Bone Apple slides down the inside once again, he's going to make the move work, gets by, and now he's going to be able to chase after Ultra Titan, who is on the soft tires, trying to make a strategy work. His center picks up a 3-second time penalty, who's in the lead by 2.8 seconds to Karab. As we see Ultra Titan lock up there a little bit, Bone Apple follows him in a little bit. This is going to be the gap to watch as B-Mars gets a 3-second time penalty. And Jamie the G is up in the P14 on the hard tires. We're going to see if he can take those the entire way. As Dub Z picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. He's up in the P9. Great race for him so far. From P18 on the grid, I do believe, or P17. As Ultra Titan's coming up on his teammate Platnor, as we might see some team orders here. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they are going to battle for position here. As we see just Saunders coming to pits as the team orders right now. Ultra Titan easily passed Platnor. Now he has the gap as Bone Apple is all over Platnor now. We are going to see Just Saunders comes out of the pits on the soft tires as well, so we're going to see if Bone Apple can make a move on the straight here on Platnor. So Ultra Titan's already pushed away by a second as B-Mars retires in the pit lane. He has had enough as well. As we see Bone Apple make an easy move on Platnor there. As Bone Apple does close within a second of Ultra Titan. As well as we have a sector yellow flag and sector 3 for B-Mars, who has retired and is coming out onto the pit lane, out of the pit lane now. So are we going to see a move? Are we going to see Ultra Titan close up, or are we going to see Ultra Titan get it closed up on by Bone? He is not. As we see Loogie get past Dub Z there, as Loogie's now up in the P8. It's going to be quite a run here if he can get back up to where he was before the pit stops, so P3, P2 in that area. As we see total 420 all the way at the back, as he might be getting lapped here pretty soon by Karab and Stenner. As we see Stenner crossing line now, and we can see total 420 all the way in the back there. As the gaps have gone big as Bone Apple's fallen back to 1.6. Ultra Titan fastest sector 3. As we have a shout out to TTM and a shout out to ATM as well by Maddie and Bradley Johnson in the chat. As Lukey gets the fastest lap of the race, he is flying on those new medium tires. As we see Ultra Titan here trying to close down the gap, as just Saunders is within 0.8 of a second now into the first sector of Dub Z, who's on those medium tires of 12 laps. From the start of the race, he is trying to do as much good work as he can, as just Saunders looks to have fastest first sector there. He's going to get the DRS, and he's going to be able to make quite an easy move on Dub Z down the straight. That is quite an easy move that he does make. Looks like he might be on for the fastest lap as Knox pulls into the pits for the soft tires as well. And we see Ultra Titan starting to close down the gap to Bascoma. This would put him in P3 here, as B-Mars left the session after his DNF there. Are we going to see, as we see Ultra Titan closing up to 1.2 now, as Bascome trying to keep ahead of Ultra Titan here. Ultra Titan has closed the gap to just 0.8 here, 0.6 now by the end of the third sector and coming across the line. This is going to be set him up nicely for a move down the main back straight there, first of the two back straights. So here we go. Makes a little bit of lock up there, but will not lose much time, as Arthur gets a 3-second time penalty. As just Saunders with a 1:37.7 on the soft tires, does great work there. Gets the fastest lap. Looks like Ultra Titan's going to make a pretty easy move here on Bascombe for the last of the podium positions. We are now halfway through this race as well. Stenner is out in a commanding lead of 3.8 seconds. As Ultra Titan moves down the inside as Bascombe tries to defend as hard as he can. So they go both of them go a little wide there. And Ultra Titan does make the move work there as Bascombe's going to get DRS now. For second of this back straight. So does Bone Apple as the gap to Bone has closed down as well. Bone will not be able to make a move on this occasion. It's just Saunders now coming down the second of the back straight at Loogie. Can he make a move? It's going to be a pretty easy move. Around the outside he goes, and then he's up into P8. He's on another flyer here. So we have Jamie the G and Zeus going side by side as Zeus makes a move. Pretty easy move as he locks up Jamie the G on the hard tires, sticking it out as long as he can. So we see Bone Apple close the gap to Bascombe now. As Knox picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. And thank you for following YOLO Bowl 13. As we see Bone Apple and Bascombe head down the straight here. It's just Saunders as GB comes into the pits as just Saunders and Loogie move up spots. So we're going to see an easy move here again by Bone Apple, just setting him up in all the right spots, not trying to force anything, waiting for the straight. So we have a yellow flag for Knox in sector 2, I believe. He spun it around. Let's try and get back to that battle here. As Bone Apple is going to go down the inside, he's going to make a very easy move. As Ultra Titans close the gap to 1.2 seconds now. Can he get up into P2 here to make a run towards center? As Karab comes into the pits, as Ultra Titan takes P2 away from him, as he's now going to chase down centers. Knox does retire in the pit lane as well. Or Maximum, I think that might be coming into the pits as well. Or Karab in the pits. As the gap is now 5 seconds to centers. Can they make moves as Saunders close up to Platnor here? But we see Knox get in the way at all. Even though he has retired, it does not retire him in the pit lane, unfortunately. Cody's being Cody's. It will not be an issue there between those drivers, at least. Maybe Karab might get the back end of it. He does not. He's okay. It's just Saunders is pushing Platnor through the end of Sector 1 and into Sector 2 down the straight. We're going to see a 3-wide moment probably here. As Total 420 gets out of the way nicely there. As here we go. Loogie unable to catch up to them as Platnor gets made, as Loogie's going to go down the inside as well. He's going to take it from Platnor up into P6 for Loogie, P5 for just Saunders. As Formula Maxim says, Formula Maxim to win. Take quite something from you, Maxim, to make that happen. Yeah, Formula, we didn't really catch much of what happened there. Unfortunately, we were focusing on a battle up front. We might have caught a little bit of it. As we see $10 whole catching up to GB down the second of the back straights here. Will be too far back to make a move, unfortunately for him. P12, he's had a up and down race so far as Knox has left. Centers into the pits now on lap 17 of 28. To go on to another set of medium tires. We're going to have to see Ultra Titan come in pretty soon for another set of mediums, for a set of mediums here. Platnor has taken the tires 16 laps now on the medium tires. Looks like he's setting up for a one stop. So we see just Saunders and Stenner coming out of the pits, and that's an incident with just Saunders and Stenner. Just Saunders just gets absolutely demolished by, looks like, Stenner coming out of the pit lane there. Sure, that's going to be on the incident reports later. As Total 420 has retired, there's a virtual safety car for the incident with just Saunders. It looks like that might help Ultra Titan. He's coming. I will not be able to pick up any, not be able to get a pit stop out of that. As everything calms down here for a minute, we're gonna, as the gaps have really spread out here, drivers spread themselves out a little bit, hoping to see them climb close to each other. We can get some more battles in, as we've had an action-packed 17 laps of this race. As Robert, thanks for the follow. So we are back to green flag racing here as $10 is 1.2 seconds back as Karab is closed right back up to Platnor here. Might see a move here in Sector 3 as Lugi is right up the road as well. As Ultra comes into the pits, he's going to go into the medium tires here for 10 laps. Let's see how far up he's gonna, how far down he's gonna fall. Shouldn't fall too far down, hopefully for him. As Bone Apple takes the lead of this race, and he is, I think that means that Center gets a 3-second time penalty there, but as Karab goes right around the outside of Platnor. As Ultra now comes out right behind that battle with Platnor, as we should see team orders here maybe come pretty quickly as, oh, we see Platnor get hit up the rear by Ultra Titan. There's no damage for Ultra Titan in that, fortunately for him, but Platnor does get spun around. Looks like he just missed his braking. As Tier 1 is live in 1 hour, as we are now across the 1 hour for Tier 1, that's starting soon, as we have a yellow flag for, looks to be Platnor, and as still there as Ultra Titan is 3.4 back. Has to make a run as Karab, as just Saunders does come into the pits there. We see Jamie the G getting by Zeus here on the hard tires, and Dubsy right behind on the softs. So we see Dubsy get a move done on Zeus as well. As $10 has recovered to P10. He will get points out of this race. He is our Tier 2 champion. First champion of SSR, so looks like he will be easily, he's probably be upset about it, but don't know if he can be upset when we've already wrapped up the championship. This looks like Stenner is closing the gap to Bascom as Bascom peels into the pits as Lugi's back up to P3. Mega race so far from Lugi. I don't know how many more laps he's going to be able to do on those mediums, but if he can make it work, might have to pit onto the softs at the end here as Bascom goes on the softs and gets a wing repair as well. And Ultra Titan comes in, I think for the same reason. He has wing damage, yep. Onto more medium tires for him. As Arthur goes up to P5, Karab in P4 as he's closing down on Lugi. As Karab makes a move on Lugi, it's going to be a pretty easy one. As Arthur gets another 3-second time penalty, we're going to have to look at the penalties here. Look at some penalties. Here we are. As Stenner has 6 seconds worth, Bone has 3. Karab is the only one that does not. And just picked up another 3 seconds worth there. As Lugi is 5/10 back there. As Ken Karab chase down Stenner, he just has to get within 6 seconds there, take P2. So we're looking down the grid here. Gap to the leader here for Karab is 13 seconds as Lugi's closed right back up on Karab. Lugi seems very strong to this Sector 3 here. Karab gets a very good run out of that corner though. He's going to extend the gap to 7/10 as Bone Apples into the pits. Stenner is now the effective leader, and Loogie comes in as well. So Bone Apple takes, or Stenner takes the effective lead, followed by Karab. And if Karab can get within 6 seconds, he will be the effective race winner tonight. As Bone Apple comes out P3, Loogie's going to come out in P4. As those two are going to be charging on fresh tires as Bascombe gets by, and Arthur does as well. Potentially, as they're coming out of the pit lane now, Bone Apple squeezes ahead, but they are ahead of Loogie. Will $10 whole come out behind Loogie? He will, but just by a little bit. So we're going to switch back to intervals and what tires people are on here. So we see Zeus pick up with another 3 seconds now as we're going to watch $10 whole try and close up to Loogie. Loogie on the soft tires. Should be able to make a pretty easy move on GB pretty soon. Into the first chicane here on the back straight. As we go down the second of the back straights here, he's going to be within DRS range. Not sure if there's going to be enough pace, enough high-end speed for him. He will not be, as GB's going to retain 6th place on this lap at least. As he's also closing into Arthur, who's in P5, done a great job so far in this race. As Karab's gap is 8 seconds at the moment. Has to chase Dempston if he wants any chance of winning. He just needs 2 seconds or so. And there's 8 laps to do it. As Loogie is closed all up to the back of GB here. 10 might get in on this battle as well. He was up in P8. It's done a great job in this race of coming back. As looks like Arthur goes into the pits. He's going to pit for soft tires now, as we're going to see Loogie make a move down the inside. Will not be able to make it stick. $10 also comes into the pit lane as well. But Loogie shaping up a move here down the back straight. Maybe might make an early move here. A little far back to make a lunge. Down towards the hairpin. Definitely not going to be close enough there. He's going to make a move, though, on this back straight here. Ultra Titan's 5 seconds back of this battle here, as he's going to make a quite easy move on GB. As Loogie has 6 seconds to catch up to Bascombe. As Bone Apple's setting in. He's going to put in some work here down the stretch. 11 seconds closing to Karab, with about 7-8 laps to do it. So when we go back down, as Arthur is making a move on just Sonder there. Pretty easy move there by Arthur. Might see another move by just Saunders now down the back, second of the back straight. We will not. He gets a little loose on exit there. So Arthur's looking to chase down Dub Z now in the Ferrari. Here comes Arthur. He's closed the gap to 6 tenths. We might see a move here on Sector 3 with the beating Sector 1 here. Just every corner bringing in the gap by a tenth or two. The soft tires are working very nicely for him. He is very quick on those softs, as gap is now down to 4 tenths, 3 tenths. Final corner move. We're going to wait for the first corner here as he gets very close, down to 2 tenths. We might see a move here. I think we are. Nope, just a little too far back. It's going to save it for the main straight. San Rodallo's up into P10 as just Saunders comes into the pits. As here comes Arthur down the inside of Dub Z into the end of Sector 1 and Sector 2. Is he going to be able to hold around the outside there? He is. As Dub Z makes a move down the inside. Dub Z is going to keep the position for now, as Arthur's going to will not have DRS. To be the one of DRS. As Dub Z's the one that has DRS, he's going to be able to hold it down the inside here. Great battle between these two as they're going to head into the first of the chicanes, as Arthur outbrakes him late on the brakes. Going to be able to outbrake him, as Dub Z will have another chance at him. Great battle between these two. As are we going to see some more side-by-side action? Looks like we are, as Dubsy goes around the outside here. So are we going to see this work for him? It does. No, Arthur keeps it in there, holds it. More side-by-side as Sanders picks up a 3-second behind. And Arthur just runs him out over the track, as that is a great move by Arthur. Great battle between those two. Looks like Arthur's going to try and extend the gap. Ultra Titans brought down the gap to 2 seconds to GB in front. Bone is 11 seconds behind. Karab is making 7.2 seconds. He now needs to close just 1.2 to be inside the gap from center. And Jamie the G on 17-lap old hard tires, looking for points here. As $10 whole gets the fast lap on the soft tires. We are going to see this move shape up here as we go around the first sector here. As $10 whole is flying at the moment. As here comes 10 down the first of the back straights. Gap is down to 0.6 of a second. We're going to see a move here. 0.3, closing every inch down the track, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty easy move around the outside there for $10 whole. Up into P9. Great recovery race after the early spin. Shame that he was unable to hold on to the position. I think he would have been on for a podium there. As we're going to see Dub Z come back at him like he did with Arthur. A little far back. Maybe he can make a move though. As he will not be able to, as Platnor gets by Jamie the G there, who is on the 18-lap hard tires. As Ultra Titans close the gap in now. Ultra Titan is down to 0.3 of a second at GB. We might see him move down the inside potentially here. Around the outside, down the inside, into turn 1. Maybe he does, makes the lunge, makes it work. GB around the outside. Great battle between these two. Side by side through the fast right-hander. Down the hill. And Ultra Titan gets the job done there. Great defense there by GB. Gave it all he got, but it looks like Ultra Titan will be able to slide through. We're going to see if GB can make it up on the straight here. As he's already far back to 0.8. Does not look like he's going to have a chance at it. $10 whole is closing into Arthur, though. As we might see a move shape up here. 0.6 is the gap now coming out of the corner. Nice and smooth on the throttle here. 0.6 to make up on the straight. Will he be able to do it? DRS is open. And he's just a little far back on this straight. He's going to probably be able to make a move on the second of the two back straights, though. This is a move for P8 as Karab falls back to 8.7. To Stenner. Stenner's putting in some good work up front. As just Sanders gets past Platnor. And 10 is a little too far back now. The gap is only 0.3 of a second there. GB's falling back as well. As it looks like 10 is closing in everywhere, but we're still not able to make a move yet. Slugi gets a 3-second time penalty, and he's up in the P5. He's had a good race so far today. 0.4 is the gap. We're going to see a move probably out of this into sector 2 here on this lap. As 10 whole dollars runs a little bit wide as Sanders picks up another 3-second time penalty. Let's take a look at the penalty details here real quick. Stenner's up to 9 seconds. Stenner is up to 9. Karab just has to stay within 9 seconds now to take the win here. And $10 whole would pass Arthur if he doesn't make the move, but he's going to go for it here. Yeah, Karab is on for the win at the moment. It just needs to stay within 9 seconds. As $10 goes around the outside of Arthur. I'm going to pick him up here. Arthur goes a little bit wide on the track. Going to hold it. Who's going to get the DRS? Looks like $10 gets the DRS here. As he's up into P8. still side by side, I think, as $10 does make the move work and keeps it. As Karab picks up a 3 seconds first time penalty of the race. What does that do for him now? Now he needs to close, as Stenner does push the gap out too as well. So gap has expanded for Stenner, and he's outside that 9 seconds. And with that penalty, it means he has to close in, or Stenner needs to get a penalty here. Seeing the gap's the leader here. Go back to the interval timing here, so we can see Ultra Titan closing up on Loogie now. As Ultra Titan is a little far back down the first of the back straights. Should be able to make the move into the second of them, though, as he locks up a little bit into the chicane. As here he comes for P5 on track here. He's going to be able to make it work. He will. P5 for Ultra Titan there. As Ultra Titan makes the move work, Loogie falls back. Ultra Titan has 4.2 for 2 laps to go. As we have 2 laps to go, as Stenner has crossed the line. He's in end of sector 1 now. So we're going to see any moves as Arthur is falling back on $10 now. So it looks like that's probably going to be most of the battles done and dusted with. Let's take a look at the penalties once more. As it looks like it's going to be close between a lot of the drivers here, as Arthur's going to fall back to Dub Z. That's about all. $10 will not be able to get up to GB probably before the end of this. As we are going to watch Stenner goes through the second chicane, as Karab is 10 seconds back now. Bone Apple remains 10 seconds back. Karab just unable to chase him down on those soft tires to end it. Sector flag in yellow 3 for, I think that's Zeus. Zeus has had a little spin there in the right-hander in sector 3. It's Jamie the G on the hard tires. That's going to be in P13 for now. We climb up. Loogie. Ultra Titan has made big inroads now. Gap is down to 2.5 as he's closing in. Bascom, will he have enough in the tank to get P4? As here he comes. 2.1, 2 seconds now. He's made up over 2 seconds in a lap. He's going to have a shot at him. He needs to close up to 1 second before the DRS straight, or needs to make a brilliant move in sector 3 if he's going to want to make that work. Gap's down to 1.7. Using everything he's got. Got some ERS left in the tank too. So let's turn on telemetry here. Let's see what it's going to look like. As Arthur picks up a 3 second time penalty. So he would definitely fall behind Dub Z now. As he's pushing. Ultra Titan's pushing. He's now a second down. He's going to have to make it work. He's going to have to get on the ERS here. Try and close the gap as much as possible. As we are on the last lap here. This is a move for P4 in the race. See, will it matter? It will matter. This is 4th position. Penalties will have nothing to do with this battle as long as no one else picks up a time penalty. We have a yellow flag in sector 2 for Arthur and $10 getting into it. As Ultra Titan, Stenner does take the race win there. No, that's Jamie the G. Never mind. As Ultra Titan does close up on Bascom. He's going to get past as we're going to follow Stenner around the last corner. And he is going to be the Abu Dhabi winner. Followed by Karab in P2. P2 for Karab. Bone Apple does close down to 9 seconds there on this last lap. It's not going to be enough for anything as Bascombs closes down the gap there. Is P3 for Bone Apple. P4 for Ultra Titans, what it's looking like at the moment. $10 picks up another 3-second time penalty. So Ultra Titan goes P4, P5 for Bascombe. Loogie for P6. GB is also around the final corner for P7. And now we have Arthur and $10 next across the line, and that's going to be the end of this race as we have Stenner, Karab, Bone Apple top 1, 2, 3. Who's going to be the driver of the day? As $10 jumps Arthur with penalties. Dubsy up into P9 gets 2 points for the Ferrari team. And just Saunders stays P11. Latnor might be able to jump him to P11. Oh God, Zampa, that's you picked right. So what are you throwing yourself in there? As Jamie the G comes around the last sector here, last one to finish on the hard tires now. Looks like he has a puncture.
Right rear puncture.
Right
Best
rear
time to come
puncture
back for the end.
Yep. Yep.
I was
Puncture
rushing.
for
I was
Jamie.
like, damn.
Yep.
Race went by really quick.
Yeah, it was. We had a opening lap safety car. Then after that, race was green flag running pretty much the entire time. So, $10 gets the driver of the day. Do you want to get them in here, King?
Yeah. My apologies for missing the race, but hey, stuff went down.
All good, all good. I held down the fort here.
GG.
As we see Stenner take the race win here at Abu Dhabi, round 19 winner. And Karab and Bone Apple round out second and third. Thank you, Zampa. Thank you.
Alright, sent invites out. Hey, look at Bone Apple getting a podium.
Yep,
GG.
Bone Apple P3. Yep.
Oh, Ultra Titan P4. Oh no.
All right, guys. As you tick the box, please. Oh, as you come in, please tick the box. Tick the box, guys, so we can hear you on stream. So I'm gonna take a look through the race directory real quick.
Oh, I've already got all that.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, tick the box, guys. Tick the box.
Done, thanks.
So let's Platnor with points. Thank you, AJ.
Alright, now that we
$10
have-
in here yet?
Nah.
That looks like it.
He wasn't on the podium, so I mean. We have all of our podium finishers here today. Radar will get them started on the post-race interview.
So we had that lap one safety car. What were your thoughts going into that, and did that dictate any of your guys' strategy decisions that you guys made, and how do you think that helped you win the race? Let's start with Bone Apple and P3.
Oh, well, I don't know about the safety car. I'm not sure what happened because we were side by side with the Maestro in turn 2 and 3, and then he was gone and retired. It's a tricky corner to be side by side in. I think I left all the space for him as was possible. I was right on the side there. And then with the safety car, last week I pitted under the safety car and Ultra Titan stayed out. And right there and then I told him, I'm going to stay with you if there's a safety car again. And I stayed with him. Rob and Stenner pitted, and it proved to be a better strategy then. So well done. Well done for them.
All right, to Karab, what was your thoughts after the safety car, during the safety car, and how do you think that race went overall?
Yeah, I think whoever was behind me in the safety car lagged a bit and like they rammed me. So it's just like one of those unfortunate things with the connection on this thing. So I picked up a 5 second penalty just on the last lap of the safety car. So I had to dive. So I decided to dive in and serve it because it was like, well, might as well just get rid of it under safety car. So put a set of mediums on, and then yeah, I was pretty aggressive getting through the field. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a there's a time penalty coming my way, but we'll see. I didn't do anything too dirty, but yeah, just if anyone feels aggrieved by my aggressive driving, then obviously it's within their it's their call, isn't it? I didn't cut anyone off or spin anyone out or anything like that. It was just what I'd call aggressive driving. It's not normally my style, but I had to make up for some lost time in the traffic. And then yeah, it kind of all just came together. I thought the mediums wouldn't do that long, and then I was on like lap 14, and it was still looking pretty good. And I thought, well, actually, I'd have to put those hard tyres on. I was dreading putting the hard tyres on, because anyone who's put hard tyres on around here and going through turn 3, it's like it's just like 50-50 whether you're going to spin out and die. So I really did not want the hard tyres. So I managed to put the mediums on. All went okay. I saw Stenner picked up the 9 second penalty. I got really excited thinking I might get him. And then for whatever reason I lost concentration, and on the straight between like the end of sector 1, that straight there before the sector 2 started, I just ran wide slightly on the straight, and it gave me a 3 second penalty, and I lost like 3/10 for it. That's just like, damn you game. But then I think Stenner looked at plenty of pace in hand, to be honest. I was running ELS like mad trying to put pressure on him, but he was obviously had plenty of pace in hand, so I think he would have got it anyway. So yeah, good race to Stenner, really. Looks like he deserved the win.
Well, good job on your P2 today. We're going to go to our race winner Stenner now. What were your thoughts on that during that safety car, and how the race do you think went for you?
Well, I saw the safety car came out lap 1, and I knew if I pitted there that I could drag the mediums to around lap 16, 17, where I would need to pit again for another set of mediums. So I took advantage of the free pit stop I could get out of it, which then set me up nicely for the race. Got a few stupid pens, but managed to pull a fairly decent gap to Krob, which then helped me secure the win.
Yeah, good job today, Stenner. Good job to all of you guys for the podium, as we had $10 who got driver of the day. He did not join us for the post-race interviews. But good job, everybody, as we have Tier 1 in after a short break here. Just want to get everything set back up for Tier 1. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you to Chalupa here for co-commenting with me today during qualifying, and then coming back towards the back end of the race there. Thank you.
Sorry, we'll do better next week.
But thank you, everybody who has watched Tier 1 in probably 15 minutes time, if that.
30 minutes. We go live in 30
minutes.
minutes. Tier 1 going live in 30 minutes. Same track, best SSR has to offer. Make sure to tune in. If you talk in chat, then who knows, maybe a certain Chalupa will pop in and give you some love and pause.
Yeah, also,
thanks
thank you to everybody.
Thanks for commentating,
guys.
guys.
Good racing.
Appreciate it.
Yep, thank you guys.
Yep, good race, boys. Good race.